Publix versus Winn-Dixie. Let's explore the Southeast's most hotly debated topic of the best grocery store brand. I'm going to start with some history and facts on each company, and I'll list Publix first, purely because it's alphabetical. The first Publix location opened in 1930 in Winter Haven, Florida, a city halfway between Orlando and Tampa. In 1940, founder George Jenkins mortgaged an orange grove to build Florida's first supermarket. The store had music, air conditioning, automatic doors, and cold cases for frozen and refrigerated items. The company is currently headquartered in Lakeland, Florida. Thanks to expansion, by 1956, Publix hit $50 million in sales and $1 million in profit. Just 18 years later, in 1974, sales reached $1 billion. Come 1989, sales exceeded $5 billion. Their expansion across Florida and into neighboring states was clearly well executed. In February 2009, they opened their 1,000th store, only one of 5 U.S. grocery chains to achieve that number of stores. In 2022, retail sales for the company hit $54.5 billion, and they employed 255,000 people. It is the largest employee-owned company in the United States. As of April 2024, Publix had 1,408 locations across 8 states: Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North and South Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, and of course, Florida. Florida held the title of most locations, coming in at 885. Approximately 90% of their locations have a pharmacy. The 94-year-old company has never had a layoff. According to the company's website, sales for fiscal year ending December 30th, 2023 were $57.1 billion, a 4.7% increase from $54.5 billion in 2022. Net earnings for the fiscal year were $4.3 billion, compared to $2.9 billion in 2022, a 49% increase. 2024 started off strong. Sales for the 3 months ended March 30th, 2024 were $15.1 billion, a 5% increase from $14.3 billion in 2023. Net earnings for the 3 months ended March 30th, 2024 were $1.4 billion, compared to $1.2 billion in 2023, an increase of 10.1%. Winn-Dixie traces its roots back a little bit further. William Davis bought a general store in Burley, Idaho in 1914. He then borrowed $10,000 from his father and moved his wife and 4 sons to Miami, where he continued opening and operating stores. The Davis brothers bought 51% of Winn and Lovett, a chain of 73 stores, in 1939. They also bought a 117-store Dixie Home chain and changed its name to Winn-Dixie. The company grew and expanded always by buying other existing store chains and rebranding under their own name. Winn-Dixie has been a publicly traded company since 1952, but the Davis family has always maintained control of the corporation until they sold to Bilo Holdings in 2012. In February 2005, the company filed bankruptcy, and in June they announced the closure of 326 stores as a part of their restructuring. This would see their presence in the Carolinas, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia vanish. On August 16, 2023, Southeastern Grocers, who is the parent company, entered into an agreement to sell 400 Winn-Dixie and Harvey's supermarkets to German supermarket chain Aldi. As of March 2024, Winn-Dixie operates 562 stores across 5 states: Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi, with the highest number of locations being in Florida. They are owned and operated now by parent company Southeastern Grocers. The best figure I can find for the number of employees is 41,000. 2019 revenue was $5.1 billion, down from $5.7 billion in 2018. Because they are owned by Southeastern Grocers, who also operate Harvey's grocery stores, it's more difficult to find up-to-date financial information for just Winn-Dixie. For comparison, the company ended 1999 with 1,188 stores across 12 states and $14 billion in sales. They were larger than Publix that year, who at the time had 614 stores and $13 billion in sales. It's very interesting to see the differences in operations and financial performance between the two companies. Both began around 100 years ago as a family business. One rose above the other, but fell quickly with 2 bankruptcies and a buyout, while the underdog only kept growing and now reigns supreme in the region, remaining their own company. The 2 locations you're seeing in this video are very literally directly across the street from one another, which is why I chose to film them. I searched and I couldn't find an opening date for the Publix, but the store was renovated in 2022 at the cost of $730,000 and is almost 44,000 square feet. The Winn-Dixie opened in November 2003, so I have to assume the shopping center the Publix is located in was built within 2 to 3 years, as that area was getting built up. Winn-Dixie actually vacated this space in about 2009 due to it being underperforming as a part of the bankruptcy restructuring. The Winn-Dixie store opened, and of course in a refreshed format, in 2016. Now that I got the facts out of the way, I want to talk about my personal opinions on each brand. Honestly, I don't like either store. I moved to Florida in 2021, meaning I didn't grow up in the culture of either brand. I'm sure even people who live outside of the southeastern US have heard of both brands and the different pros and cons of each. I've been to Winn-Dixie 3 or 4 times. I don't return due to the store layout. I find it, awkward, and I have a dislike with their product selection. What groceries and brands everyone buys is personal, of course, so I know this perspective is not universal. I just don't like the feeling I get when I'm in the store. I find Publix to be very overpriced compared to Walmart. I know without doubt that I can get all the same items I need at Walmart for less money. So why would I willingly spend more money on the same things? I'm not making big bucks on YouTube yet, so that's just out of the question. Similar to Winn-Dixie, I also find Publix product selection to be pretty bland and just generic. They don't offer a lot of fresh, pre-made options in the way that Texas chain H-E-B excels at. And sure, their chicken and subs are good, but both get boring after so long before you need a break from them. There's a distinct lack of gourmet choices at both brands, in my opinion. I'm the type of shopper that likes to get the best price on things like paper towels, toilet paper, olive oil, so I can then spend more money on quality fresh foods. For this reason, in my house, we favor stores like the Fresh Market and Whole Foods. On the screen, you'll see I looked up 4 products from Publix, Winn-Dixie, and Walmart's websites: Bounty paper towels, a Lunchable, 1 gallon of store brand 2% milk, and 8 ounces Kraft shredded mozzarella. At Publix, the price for all 4 items totals $42.50. The Winn-Dixie total is $32.46, and the Walmart total is $24.71. You would spend $17.79 more at Publix just for these exact same 4 items. It's insane. I've shared my thoughts on the brands, and I'm very curious to hear yours. Which do you shop at? Or are you like me and avoid both? Whatever it is, drop your opinions in the comments because I would love to read them. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more retail topics. I also want to give an incredible big thank you to my 1,000 subscribers. Please share these videos, give it a subscribe, it only helps me grow. This is Samantha with Mall Tours, and I want to thank you so much for watching.